Good morning and welcome to Whenever You Are. I am Bandit Haze, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a story from a long time ago in a galaxy far away. All right, this was a requested video from Glover Dragon, requested a while ago actually. Requested that I do a video where I talk a little bit about my childhood way back in the Middle Ages, right? Just talking about growing up in London, and I said I'd do it, but then I forgot I'd do it, and then he reminded me, and I was like, cool, thanks for the reminder. Okay, and this is the video. So this is my my story, a little bit of a story of my childhood, and before I get into that main part of the video, me have to let you know Wagwan. Okay, so the big, I don't even know if it's a big update, but an update I'll say on the channel is that, so I've been doing these Haze Explains videos, and I've actually been doing it for quite a while, but only recently been starting using the term Haze Explains. But what I'm realizing as I'm going through my old videos is that the style of video that I do for the Haze Explains series, I've actually been doing for quite a long time. So I've been going back and changing some of the titles of the older videos just so it all comes to one nice playlist, all called Haze Explains, and then, you know, the topic after. So you might notice some title changes, some of the old videos, and that's the reason why. Hopefully it means going forward, everything, once you see the Haze Explains, and also it all comes together, it all looks a bit neater, and it all represents that particular section of videos that I'm doing. So yeah, let me go on with this story then. So in northwest London, so back when, actually before I start telling the story, one thing that I've heard a lot over the years is, especially some people with people my age, is that we tend to say a lot of things like, you know, the kids don't play outside no more. Back in my day, kids play outside all the time. Kids don't play outside no more. I'm gonna address that a little bit because I'm not looking out for kids, so let me be clear on that, but I do still see kids playing outside. It does still happen. Maybe, I mean, not right now because it's nighttime and it's cold, but, you know, during the summer, it does still happen. So, I don't know, maybe it's different areas or whatever, but I do still see that. But anyway, talking of playing outside, that's the story that I want to tell, because back when, I don't know, I guess maybe, I don't know, 5, 6 years old, something like that. You know, the only time we were really allowed to play outside is if, you know, my dad was cleaning his car. And my dad would clean his car fairly regular. I mean, not like, well, he wasn't one of these guys that were always out cleaning the car just every day, all day, every day, waxing, polishing. There was a guy like that down the road. But no, he wouldn't do it. He would clean his car pretty often, but not that regular. Anyway, so when he was cleaning his car, when he was cleaning his car, that's when we could play outside. It was myself, my older brother, and the rule was that we couldn't go past the lamppost. There was a lamppost maybe about 20-30 meters away from the door, and we couldn't go past that, probably because, I mean, I assume we never actually said the reason why, but I assume it's because that's about as far as you can see before the road turns and you just can't see anymore. So we always go to the lamppost, then we come back. So my thing back then was that to get up to the lamppost and like go a little bit past it and then come back. Get up to the lamppost, go a little bit past it, a little bit further, and come back. You know, it was kind of like, you know, the rebel, so to speak. Just go like, you know, a couple of centimeters past the lamppost and coming back. And there was one day when I guess I went maybe a good few meters past the lamppost, and it was like a whole new world, man, because it's like you got past and the road turns, and it's all the stuff that you just don't really see because the road turns off, and then it goes a little bit further down and the road turns. So all the stuff that you just don't really see. And I remember like seeing that and just thinking, wow, it was kind of like I don't know, like a the Line of Witch in a wardrobe or something, you know, like Chronicles of Narnia, just going through the wardrobe, and then it's like, wow, it's a whole new world, you know, just like a few meters past the lamppost. Anyway, so a little bit later on, when we're allowed to play out without my dad having to clean his car first, so I guess maybe, I don't know, 8, 9, something like that. Anyway, so a little bit later on after that, there was a guy down the street, and he was kind of one of these kids where, I don't know if he was a bad kid. I mean, I don't think that's the right way to describe him, but he was kind of one of these kids where, you know, he might like try and pick on you a little bit. He might try and be a bit of a bully. You know, he wasn't like mean or anything. I mean, he hung out with us. He wasn't like, you know, like a complete arse or anything, but, you know, he was kind of like trying to, you know, one of these like trying to be tough guy kids. Anyway, so he lived down the street from us, and but he didn't go to our school, so we didn't know him super well, but we just knew him from when he hang out when we're playing out. Anyway, one day we're hanging around and we're just doing some silly stuff. I don't remember what we're doing. Probably, I don't know, trying to roller skate or something. Like one time I was trying to roller skate. One guy had roller skates, and he let me his roller skates, and Yeah, they didn't last long. I mean, I just tripped and just fell. It was brutal. But anyway, so we hang out one day, and there's this kid that goes to our school. Now, this other kid doesn't live on our road, but he goes to our school, so we know him a bit better. And he comes and he sees us. We're like, yeah, man, what's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? And you know that. And then for whatever reason, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, this kid from down the road, I guess he's feeling some kind of way about this other kid from our school, and he said something to him. I don't remember what he said, but he was saying something to him. And then it kind of goes back and forth a little bit. Eventually turns his custom match. And custom matches back in the day were everything. Like, we practically lived for custom matches. Like, we just cuss each other's mums, cuss each other's whatever. You know what I mean? You just make stuff up, just cuss each other. Because it's just for fun, you know? And sometimes it got a little bit serious. But that's what we did. And anyway, it turned into a custom match. And I don't remember all the cusses that was said, but I do remember the kid from our school. Eventually, he said to the other kid from down the street, he said to him, "You're so poor. I bought all your girls off you for 20 pence." And then the kid from down the street was like, "But I don't have a girlfriend." The kid from our school, he was like, "That's because I bought them off you for 20 pence." And we were just creasing so much. I mean, I'm sure it just sounds stupid and ridiculous, and yeah, it is stupid and ridiculous, but we were laughing so much. Like, we were laughing so much. It was one of the funniest things. I mean, saying it now, it just sounds stupid and it's not funny at all. But back then, it was pretty funny. Anyway, we laughed so much, and then this other kid, the kid from down the street, he just never had the end of it. Practically, I don't think we ever. Well, for a long time, didn't see him again after that. Like, he just never came out. We just never saw him again until like years later. I just saw him just walking by, and it was like, "All right, yeah, what's up? What you doing?" You know, just eventually came out of his house, I guess, after he lived it down. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. And also, yeah, we did play out quite a bit. But of course, video games we had the, I mean, I talked about the VHS stuff for another video, so I won't go into that, but with video games we had way before, I don't even know what you call it, but we had these game consoles. Well, it wasn't even consoles, actually. They were these handheld things way before like Nintendo ever did the Game & Watch. It was like these one screen LCD things, and just like a D-pad on one side, button on the other side. We used to have those and play with those. It was one game, and it's just you jump or so you kick or whatever it was, and that was the whole game. That was it. You just like boom, boom, boom. And then eventually we got like the Amstrad. I don't remember which Amstrad it was. We got an Amstrad. We used to play games on that. It was just these crappy games that came with it. And like a track and field and stuff like that. You have to wiggle the joystick, those types of games. And then we got the Sinclair after that, because the Amstrad broke. And then we got a Sinclair, and the Sinclair was terrible because the Sinclair, you have to enter like a billion different codes just to get the games to load up. And yeah, it wasn't a one. But it did have some decent games that once you finally got it to play, finally got it on. But it was long. And then after that, that's when some years after that is when we started. Actually, no, we got the Game & Watch. We did get the Game & Watch. And then after that, I got the Master System, and then it was Game Boys and Super NES, all that stuff came later on. But yeah, playing outside was a big part of it, and summers as well back there, because I remember the summer times, like school summers in school holidays, excuse me. The summer school holidays in the UK is 6 weeks, but I remember back then it felt like forever. When you was on break from school in the summer, it felt like forever. And my mum used to pull out like cakes that we'd get to eat. It was like one a day, but of course we just go through them. So she started hiding them eventually, and so to force to have one, it was like, oh man, we spent a long time just looking for cakes. And actually, one story, well, I guess a second story now, really, there's one time my brother and I were playing just in the house, and during one of the summer holidays, and we used to have these plastic tables, these more plastic cheap tables, and my dad, he would work nights, so he'd be sleeping during the day, and so we're playing it in the morning, and then I guess we've just got a bit too rough, and then we fell on one of the tables and the leg broke, and we're like, oh shit man, the leg broke, what are we gonna do? So what we did, we propped it back up, just to like sort of balance it on the leg, and we just figured, oh yeah, when Dad comes, he's gonna think that he broke if something happens. So that's what we did. We just left it as it is. We just propped it back up and left it alone. And of course, my dad wakes up. He comes to the living room, and he puts like his tea down on this little plastic table, and it falls over. And my brother and I, we look at each other like, yeah, we got away with it. Very first thing my dad said, before he even saying good morning, anything like that, very first my dad says, "Who broke the table?" So yeah, we didn't get away with that one. But yeah, and that was a few stories from Mr. Haze's early days. Villagers, what do you think? Those were the days, or best left in the past. Let me know down below, and if you liked this video, give it a like and share it amongst your friends. If you did not like it, then give it a dislike and share it amongst your enemies. Either way, let me know your reasons in the comments. Subscribe if you have not already. Thank you for watching, and until whenever, if ever, back in the summer of '69. You know, my favorite movie of last year was Captain America Civil War by far. That film was awesome. That film was fantastic, but it didn't get a single Oscar nomination. So, you know, why am I watching the Oscars? They're not honoring Captain America Civil War. I don't care about the Oscars. It did win other awards, but, you know, it didn't win an Oscar. It didn't even get nominated.